All right, so this is going to be a really quick one. This probably won't surpass 5 minutes. I just got finished watching this video of this former cop discussing the mind state and mindset of police officers, and he went from being a cop for as long as he was a cop to now he's an abolitionist of the police force, and he doesn't think that prisons and the police force and prisons can't be reformed, so therefore they should be substituted for something a little more beneficial and caring and compassionate to the citizens. And I watched this video. I mean, he was making light of a lot of situations using humor. It was actually a really dope video. Use some humor to make some of the points a little easier to take, because he was touching on some pretty serious shit. And one of the things that stuck out to me the most was he said that with cops having almost no accountability or feel no responsibility for their actions, and you add that with the shaky mental state that a lot of these cops suffer from being on the force, and told all these horrifying stories about how police officers was murdered in all these different creative fucking ways, and you're sending them out there and they're just ruminating these ideas about how they could possibly die. So they're going out there and they're so hyper vigilant. They're not thinking about, is this right? Is this wrong? What this person is doing? They're not thinking about the situation. They're thinking about, could this situation lead to my death? So they're going to try to prevent that at all costs. Which, I mean, he said he wasn't defending cops. I don't believe he was defending trying to get people to be sympathetic to the police officers at all. But I mean, bruh, that with the jokes aside, from the jokes he was making, you take those and you push those aside. It was some pretty heavy shit in there, man. And he said that if you're within eyesight of a cop, you should be concerned, because you don't know what's going on in his head. You don't know what he could possibly be thinking about the situation. I mean, you could be just walking down the street with a girlfriend, a friend, whoever, and you might have your hands in your pocket, or you might be walking a certain way, and their first thought is, I need to do something about this. And he said it's a very dangerous situation. So anytime you're within eyesight of a fucking cop is a very dangerous situation. And then he started touching on why cops aren't defending the kids in schools anymore. And I've seen this, and let me say this, and this is what the video is about. It ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna get this point. I'm gonna get my thoughts on this point, and then I'm done. All these shootings, all of them, I don't care which one you're thinking about. Every shooting that has happened over the last 10 years, 15 years, however far you want to, we could probably go further back. The whole reason this is happening, and I'm pretty sure people saw it on the news, they want the guns. They want people to give away the right to defend themselves. They want their guns. Mel Gibson, I'm going to see if I can find a video actually before this video is over. Mel Gibson said, they're going to come after your guns. He said this in the 90s or whenever. He said, they're going to come after your guns. And when they get them, that's when you're going to see the black vans pull up, and they're going to start escorting people out of their houses, because people don't have anything to defend themselves anymore. They're trying to get people scared enough to be like, oh my God, regular people are killing people. We can't, we can't be trusted. Nobody can be trusted anymore. Children are dying. We can't do this anymore. We have to give them our way. They want that to happen. They're forcing people's hand. These things are going to keep happening, and they're going to keep ramping up until people give away their weapons. That's why this shit is happening. I've been saying this shit for years, man. This is why it's happening. They want your guns. When the Las Vegas shooting happened, I said, they want your guns. They made that dude seem like he was a regular, everyday person, and then one day he just snapped and decided to go to Las Vegas and start shooting people with a sniper rifle. They want your guns. That's what it's for. They just want people to say, this can't happen anymore. We have to protect our children. We have to give our guns up. And that's what they want. But I'm going to try to find a Mel Gibson video real quick. All right, so I spent the last 10 minutes or so looking for the video that I saw, but I couldn't find it. Probably because it was taken down. I mean, I can't find it anywhere. Probably because it was taken down. But what Mel Gibson said was he knew somebody that worked inside of. To be honest, it was so long ago, I can't remember exactly where they worked, but he knew somebody on the inside. And he said that what's going to happen is gun control is they're going to try their best to enact laws to kind of strip away and keep away personal protection items like guns or whatever it is that you're using to defend yourself. And once that happens, once people give up their right to own weapons, because they're not going to force anybody to do it. They don't want some full-on fucking rebellion right now. What they want is they want people to make the decision for themselves, so that way it's easier for you to start implementing shit that you want done, right? So there's this movie. Go, you don't have to watch the whole movie. Just watch the opening scene. It's the, like you can see him right there with that gray beanie on. It's called Conspiracy Theory. Just type in Mel Gibson Conspiracy Theory intro scene. And pretty much, I'm not going to say everything. I believe everything that the guy says. I'm not saying I don't believe everything the guy says. I'm just saying take everything with a grain of salt. Just try to keep an open mind about it. I think the reason why that movie was made was because it was supposed to portray conspiracy theorists as unhinged. It was supposed to portray conspiracy theorists as a little psychotic, almost like schizo in a way. Because at one point in the opening scene, he's talking to himself. And he doesn't realize there's nobody in the car. And that scene was supposed to depict conspiracy theorists as unhinged. And even the term conspiracy theory, when people throw that out there, it's almost given the red flag of, given the red flag of, I'm trying to come up with a nice little phrase. Just a far-fetched story. I'll try to come up with a phrase that I can use. I'm going to just say a far-fetched story. It could be true. Most likely it's not true. Most likely it's bullshit. So whenever people hear the term conspiracy theory, they instantly, without even listening to what's being said, they instantly refute it as, it's bullshit. And then they move on. So the term conspiracy theory in itself is very damaging to the information because people are they're without thinking about it, they're willing to just disregard it as, BS. So that's it, man. I'm done. I promise. Yeah, that was my thoughts on this whole situation, man. I just thought I'd get it out. All right.